Yeah, this is Hot Martins Podcast with Barrister Glory Samson. Trust you're having a beautiful day. Good afternoon, good morning, pending on where you are listening to this video from. I did promise that I was going to speak on relationship and identity. Relationship and identity. Relationship and identity. Note, when identity is unhealthy, relationship suffers. And when relationship is unhealthy, identity suffers. Anytime your identity is unhealthy, anytime you have an unhealthy identity, your relationship suffers. And when relationship is unhealthy, your identity suffers. What is identity? Identity is an inner sense of who you are. An inner sense of who you are. It answers the questions such as who am I? Beyond roles and titles. Beyond roles and titles, who am I? Who am I beyond being a wife, being a mother, being a pastor, being a minister, being a choir chorister, beyond roles, being a barrister, beyond roles and titles, who am I? That's one of the questions identity seeks to answer. You must know who you are beyond the role you play in the life of people, the role you play in the society, beyond the title you bear. You must know who you are, because when those roles ceases to exist, or when you stop functioning in that capacity, when you cease, when those titles are taken off you, can you still remain? Who are you when those titles are not there, when the roles are not there? Who are you? That's one of the questions identity seeks to answer. Another question is, what gives me worth? What are the things that gives me worth? Who am I beyond roles and titles? What gives me worth? What do I believe in? Your belief, your value shapes your identity. What are my beliefs? What are my values? What are my standards? Then where do I find life meaning? Or where do I find my meaning? Where do I find life meaning? These are the questions identity seeks to answer. And so you have to know your identity. Identity is shaped by the following. What are the things that shapes your identity? I'm still talking about identity, and in my next video I'm going to be merging identity and relationship. But what are the things that shapes your identity? What are the things that you derive identity from? First, your personal beliefs and values. Your personal beliefs and values shapes your identity. What are your beliefs? Those things that you believe in. So sit down. Those things that I believe in, those things that are my values, my standard, it shapes my identity. For instance, one of my values, my own values, is chastity. It's chastity before marriage. No matter who you are, I don't believe in having sex before marriage. I don't believe in it. I believe in mutuality of relationship. I believe relationship is partnership. These are an example of my belief. So if you want to know who Glory is, if you want to know who Barrister Glory is, you begin to look out for her beliefs and her values. And this also will help you to know your beloved. You begin to ask them, what are your beliefs? What are your values? Somebody cannot be away. You cannot be separated from your beliefs. You cannot be separated from your values. The person is acting in accordance to his or her beliefs or his or her values. Now, family and culture also have a role in shaping our identity. That's why in this series, I'm going to be looking at relationship and background, relationship and family. So family and culture, your culture, like the Igbo person, is cultured in a way. Some Igbo persons, because of culture, they feel that doing certain things for their wives is out of place. I did post a narrative of how I went with my husband to immunize my baby, and an Igbo woman felt awkward, felt it was awkward that my husband was the one holding the baby to be administered the injection. And and it's her value. She felt that it's culture that is shaping that. She felt that, okay, the man should always be at work, the man should be at business. And she told me, say, you that is a sit-home mom, they feel that, okay, as a wife, as a woman that just gave birth, you should just be at home, and then your wife is the one, the odogu is the one bringing for the achalugo, what to eat and whatever. Yeah, it's culture that has shaped that value. It's personal belief that has shaped that value. So your personal belief, your culture, your family can shape your identity. Then faith and worldview. Your faith, your spiritual belief can also shape your identity. Then life experiences, in fact, life experiences has a lot. And so you when you're going into relationship, you begin to look at these things. What are the experiences of this person growing up? What were her experiences? What were his experiences? Well, what are his experiences? Because their experiences have a way of shaping their identity. Is this lady going through series of breakups, and then here you are, she's not going to be so committed to you. She will literally doubt everything. Even when you're being just honest, you're just showering love, care, concern, she literally doubts, because her experiences and her life experiences, her circumstances, her successes, her failures, her trauma has a way of shaping your identity. Then how often others treat us, how we are treated by others, has a way of shaping our identity. These things I listed has a way of shaping your identity. So look at the person you are relating with currently. What amidst these points I listed, what is shaping the person's identity? You get to know people by their life experiences. You get to know people by their family and their culture. You get to know people by their belief and their values. You get to know people by their standards. You get to know people by how often others treat them. All right. So we're going to be looking at a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship is constant. So when you have people that have a healthy relationship, you see that they have a healthy identity. A healthy identity is constant. It does not collapse. Whether in a good weather or a bad weather. It does not collapse by virtue of circumstances. It does not collapse by virtue of people or seasons. Whether a season is changing, a healthy identity is constant. And these things that I listed in the above mentioned are the ones that either shaping your identity or waters down your identity. An unhealthy identity is erratic. It's like a graph. So it is subject to circumstances. It is subject to changes. It is subject to seasons. So if a season should change, the identity will change. And so we're dealing with you having a healthy identity in order for you to have a healthy relationship. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about, okay, let me just delve into it. What is relationship? Relationship is connection. This is relationship by revelation. So I believe in all my videos I've been talking about relationship. Relationship is connection between people. So when I talk about relationship, I said relationship that cuts across all borders, all boards. Relationship is connection with people, connection between two persons, connections between a group of persons, and it can be emotional connection, it can be spiritual connection, it can be business connection, it can be marital connection, it can be social connection. As far as there is a connection between a person or a group of persons, relationship exists. And we can see examples of relationship. We have marital and romantic relationship, we have family relationship, we have spiritual relationship, we have ministry, we have work relationship, we have friendship. So relationship involves attachment. Relationship involves attachment. Relationship involves commitment. Relationship involves communication. Relationship involves emotional exchange. Relationship involves expectation. Relationship involves power dynamics. In my next video, I'm going to be continuing on relationship identity and relationship. And then I'm going to be talking about this involvement. Relationship involves commitment. Relationship involves communication. Relationship involves expectation. Relationship involves expectation. Relationship involves attachment. All right, do like, share, comment, and if this resonates with you, please drop your comment in the comment section. And whatever question, please drop, and we will be right there to attend to you. This is Heart Matters Podcast with Barrister Glory Samson. Once again, do have a pleasant day. Bye.